What a game, one for the ages. I managed to catch it myself, MG. I can't believe it.
Good on you, buddy.
I have absolutely been on the edge of my seat for that one. Very brave comeback from the Canberra Raiders and ending, in raptures for the Knights. Unpack it for us, because there's a bit going on in this game, including the final kick,
yes,
of course, and some biting scandals.
Yeah, well, it had everything, as you say, Mickey. This was an epic clash. 9 a.m, the Newcastle faithful started to line up outside of Newcastle Stadium. The sold-out crowd was just in raptures from the opening kickoff, because they saw one of the real epic semi-finals of all time. 16-6, Raiders led at half-time, and then the Newcastle Knights clawed their way back into it. Finally, in the end, as you just spoke about, a pretty controversial moment, because it appeared that Kalen Ponga had copped a knock to the head, which automatically would have ruled him off the field with HIA. But he took the winning conversion in extra time. So those who are watching, especially some at my house, saying, why isn't there golden point? So in semi-finals, they don't play golden point, they play 5 each way, and then they go into golden point. So you have 5 minutes of extra time each way, and the penalty kick was in that. So it was an epic clash. You mentioned the biting allegation.
Was that, sorry, just before you go, was that referred to the bunker or not? Can they step in? Is that the point at which they go, hang on, he needs to go through the protocols?
Well, there's an independent doctor, excuse me, in the bunker as well. So the independent doctor would have said to someone at the ground, you've got to get him off straight away. But obviously the time frame didn't work out. And, it's one of the moments where Kalen Ponga is obviously instrumental in the Newcastle's hopes and dreams of winning this competition. But you've got to think that at the moment, Mickey, Brisbane and Penrith are way out in front. But just back to the Knights game yesterday, there was a biting allegation. Tyson Gamble allegedly was bitten, and he probably was, because he wouldn't have got up, screaming like he did. But Jack Whiten was on the ground with a ball in his arms, and all of a sudden Tyson Gamble's forearm was wrapped around Jack Whiten's mouth, and he kind of gave him a jaw lock. And I had this happen to me when I used to play, and it's kind of you can't breathe. The only thing you can do as a defence mechanism is to bite. And don't put your arm in people's mouths if you don't want it to get bitten, I say.
All right, Whiten should play next week in a muzzle. I just feel that's the appropriate answer.
Maybe he'll be on Mad Monday today with a muzzle on. He's out.
It's an easy one to look at. You just match the dental charts to the bite mark, and we're away. Can we change strides for a minute? I want to talk about the Roosters. They got it done. They found a way to get it done, despite a bit of injury carnage. What did you make of that? What are their chances against Storm this week?
Well, you're right. It was one of their most epic performances for a long time. They lost Joseph Suaalihi before half-time. Joey Manu re-injured his hamstring, and then James Tedesco was sent to the sin bin. So it would have been easy to think that the season was over for the Roosters, but they hung in there. Their defence, when Nico Hines was trying to kick field goals, was just one that the coach would be so happy about today. Can they beat Melbourne? Of course they can. The way Melbourne played.
What happened to Melbourne? What happened to Storm?
They blew a sandshoe. Quite frankly, they a couple of selections in the centres. They've got to bring Olin back. They've got to bring Remus Smith back. I don't think the Melbourne can play that bad. Look, let's give a lot of credit to the Broncos, because Reynolds put on a masterclass, as did Nathan Cleary the following day against the Warriors. Nathan Cleary has gone next level. Gee, he's playing good footy. And because there's no Jerome Luai against the Warriors, so that means that Nathan Cleary would go both sides of the field, and gee, look good, look really good.
What about Bellamy? You don't see him losing his mind in the coach's box very often, but he was just hanging in there.
It was just one of them performances that you don't really associate with the Melbourne Storm. The Melbourne Storm usually, even if they do get beat, they put up a fight. But unfortunately, and this is one of the first times I've ever said this about the Melbourne Storm, they just didn't turn up. They weren't in for the fight. They weren't in for the hard yards. Early in that game, you could tell that Brisbane were a lot more physical, and I think that repelled the Melbourne Storm somewhat. But look, they've got another chance this Friday night. Roosters take on Melbourne in Melbourne, and on Saturday the Knights go across the ditch to play the Warriors on Saturday Arvo. Two elimination finals that are worth the price of admission as well.